everybody, and welcome to the Football Philosophy channel. And just a quick show. I've been looking at the fixture list, trying to see when we're going to play Liverpool. I think I've worked something out. I think it's going to get announced on Sunday night. I'll explain all that very shortly. But just very quickly, I want to say a big thank you for all the kind words that I've had about commending me for staying off social media over the weekend. A lot of people also saying that they missed me shows and they missed me tweets over the weekend. So thanks very much for that. It's really appreciated. One or two people though saying, what effect do you expect it to have? As a one-off, I don't expect it to have any effect, but maybe it's a stepping stone, just like our demonstration. As a one-off, I don't think it'll have any effect, the demonstration that the United fans held at the weekend. Something needs to happen, and something maybe not similar to that, but there needs to be a concerted effort to make changes and to get changes in anything that you want to fight for. Just one single effort over one weekend won't mean anything, but maybe that's just a start. So, I got involved in that, and hopefully it is a start, and hopefully it does at some stage curb bullying, cyberbullying as they call it on social media. So I hope it does have an effect in the end. But yes, I agree with the people that have said that last weekend as a one-off. No, I don't expect it to have any effects at all, but maybe it's just a start. So to the football, and when will we fit this Liverpool game in? I've been having a look at it. Obviously, we've got midweek fixtures and weekend fixtures coming up. We've got Roma on Thursday in the second leg of the Europa League, and we've got Villa on Sunday. And then in the midweek after that, the 15th, we play Leicester. That game against Leicester, that's been brought forward, I think. I think we're supposed to play Leicester Cup final weekend. We played them on the 12th, I think. Yeah, we played them on the 12th. On the 15th, it's FA Cup final day. And we're supposed to play Leicester that day. That's why we're playing Leicester in the midweek, because they're in the cup final. For example, Chelsea are playing Arsenal on the 12th as well, and that's because Chelsea are in the cup final on the 15th. So on the 15th, or the weekend of the 15th, there are only 8 league games because of the cup final. 2 league games have had to be moved, which is Arsenal and Chelsea, and United v Leicester. Those games have already been moved. So why is that relevant? The reason that's relevant is that weekend Liverpool play West Brom. West Brom are the fly in the ointment here. Liverpool play West Brom cup final weekend, the 15th or the 16th, which would be the Sunday. But we've got a blank day. We've got a blank day because Leicester are in the cup final. So we could play Liverpool that day, but that would entail Liverpool and West Brom being brought forward. Just like Leicester's game has been brought forward because they're in the cup final. Chelsea's game has been brought forward because they're in the cup final. Why can't Liverpool and West Brom be brought forward? I can understand the difficulties when there's fans in the stadiums and tickets have been sold and travel plans have been arranged and things like that. I can understand that causing a big uproar. But in this COVID age that we're in at the moment, obviously there's no fans to consider. I know they don't often consider the fans anyway these days, but there's no fans to consider. There's nothing of the sort. So I don't see why the West Brom game can't be brought forward from the cup final weekend, and they could play the same night that we play Leicester, which is the 12th. We play Leicester on the 12th, a Wednesday night. Liverpool and West Brom could play on the 12th. Neither of them have got a midweek game that weekend. And then on cup final weekend, we could play Liverpool, and it would all just fit in. It'd fit like a glove. It all just fits in perfectly. Why can't that happen? I believe West Brom are the fly in the ointment, as I say. West Brom are still harbouring hopes, and you can't blame them. They're still harbouring hopes of staying up in the Premier League this season. It's very, very unlikely. They're 10 points adrift of Newcastle. They're 10 points adrift of Burnley, and they are 14 goals worse off than both of them. Both Newcastle and Burnley have got a minus 20 goal difference, and West Brom's is minus 34. The reason this is important is that weekend, West Brom play Liverpool. They will still be hoping that they can escape relegation. For them to escape relegation, they will need to win all 4 games. And their 4 games, I've written that down somewhere, where have I put that? West Brom have got to play Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham and Leeds. To me, there's not an easy fixture amongst them. Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham, who at the moment are still in with a decent, I'm going to look at that as well, still in with a chance of Champions League football. And then Leeds are hardly getting beat by anybody, are they, recently? I could actually see West Brom not actually winning 1 game, let alone all 4. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost all 4 even. So I think West Brom at the moment are probably refusing to bring that Liverpool game forward from that weekend. So this weekend, West Brom are away to Arsenal. Then the following weekend, they need to play Liverpool. Not only do they need to win every game, but meantime, they need the other teams not to be winning as well. They need Newcastle and Burnley not to be winning. Burnley play Fulham this weekend. That could be a winnable game for Burnley. The chances of West Brom staying up are virtually nil, I think. But I think they're sticking their feet in, if you like, and they are, sticking to wanting to play. It gives them a week gap between playing Arsenal and playing Liverpool. That's what I think is holding up the Premier League from giving this new date. This Sunday, I think it's Sunday anyway, certainly this weekend, West Brom play Arsenal. I believe if they lose to Arsenal, well, they will be. If they lose to Arsenal, they will be relegated. If they draw to Arsenal, it's virtually impossibility for them to stay up. They have to win. So if they don't beat Arsenal at weekend, I think on Sunday night, the following weekend fixture would get brought forward to the Wednesday night. So I don't think it'll be that important to them that they've got the week rest between the Arsenal game and the Liverpool game. So I think come Sunday night, I do think it will be announced. As long as Arsenal do beat West Brom, which you never know. I always say you don't know. But if West Brom happen to win at Arsenal, it'd be very interesting to see what happens. How they'll fit it in then, I don't know. But I do believe if Arsenal beat West Brom, then suddenly they'll make an announcement straight away that West Brom are going to play Liverpool on the Wednesday night, and then United and Liverpool could be the following Saturday, cup final Saturday, or obviously on the Sunday. That's how I see that working. West Ham last night, back to the battle for the top 4. It really is fascinating. West Ham beat Burnley 2-1 last night. Micheal Antonio back in the West Ham squad. He's had a few injury problems. I think West Ham might have 2 or 3 more points on the board than they've actually got now. But I mean, everybody has injury problems, of course they do. But I do believe he's massively important to West Ham, and he's had 2 or 3 injury spells during this season, and he came back last night with a bang. He scored 2 goals. I wonder if with an extra 3 players in the England squad for the Euros, there might be room for Micheal Antonio in there. I'd certainly be thinking about it if I was the England manager. I'm a big admirer of Antonio, and like I say, he came back. He got 2 goals last night. But looking at the table, West Ham are now on 58 points, and Chelsea are on 61 points. So that 3 points behind them on the same games. There are other teams involved as well, of course. Spurs are on 56 points and Liverpool are on 54 points. But Liverpool have got the game in hand. That game in hand is against us, of course. That was cancelled at the weekend. So there's a few teams in with a shout, but I do think West Ham I've got a decent chance there of catching Chelsea. I've had a look at the fixtures. Chelsea have got to play City, Arsenal and Leicester yet. City, Arsenal and Leicester. On the last day, they're away to Villa. Again, on the day, tricky fixture, Villa away. It really is. So City, Arsenal, Leicester and Villa. Any fixture can be tricky in the Premier League, of course it can. But if you look at West Ham's fixtures, West Ham have got Everton, Brighton, West Brom and Southampton. There's no point denying that you would definitely take West Ham's running over Chelsea's running. Of course, they could fall flat on the face. Brighton are playing some great stuff at the minute. They could easily lose at Brighton. Of course they could. Everton, tricky fixture. Of course, they're all tricky fixtures. But if you're honest, you would swap you would not swap West Ham's fixtures for Chelsea's fixtures. I can see a situation arising here, I really can, where we're going to be on the very last day of the season, and bearing in mind that Chelsea before the last day, because the Villa game, I know you shouldn't really look at it like this. Players and managers can't look at it like this. I always do this, but fans can look at it like this. Of Chelsea's fixtures, the easiest fixture, if you like, so no disrespect to any Villa fans watching, but the easiest fixture is probably Villa. Before that, they've got City, they've got the London derby against Arsenal, and they've got Leicester. So their easiest fixture is the last fixture. So if they're going to drop points in those next 3 games, they've got a great chance of dropping plenty of points. And West Ham could easily be on the coattails or even a point in front of them. It could so easily happen. And I can just see a situation arising where on the very last day of the season, whether they get it or not, West Ham might still be in with a shout of Champions League football with 1 game to play. And even if they fail, if they get to that situation, I think that would be an absolutely amazing job done by David Moyes at West Ham this season. So that would be fascinating to see how that unfolds. Obviously, Liverpool have got a chance still, but I do think they'd need to win virtually every game. They've got 54 points. If they can win 5 games that they've got left, which includes a game against us, it'd get them to 69. Leicester are on 63 at the minute. Chelsea are on 61. I do think 69 points would give them a decent chance, but I do think they've got to win every game, Liverpool, which also means, by the way, I meant to mention this right at the start. They can't play it after the season's ended. They can't fit it in the mid. Well, not fit it in, but for the integrity of the competition, they need every game to finish on the very last day, on the same day, which I think is the 23rd. They could, if Liverpool can win the next 4 games and then play us after the season's ended, you could be in with a situation where Liverpool are playing us. And it's the only game on the calendar, and Liverpool would know that if they beat us, they would be in the Champions League. So for the integrity of the competition, they can't be doing that after the season's actually ended. So when they'll fit it in, if it isn't that week, the week after next, if they don't fit it in, then if West Brom dig their heels in and don't allow it to be moved, I don't know whether they'd have the power to do that, by the way, not allow it to be moved. But if that was to happen, when they'll fit it in, I don't know. But I do think if West Brom get beat at Arsenal at weekend, I think it'll be moved to that midweek when Liverpool and West Brom will be moved to that midweek when we're playing Leicester, and then we can play Liverpool on FA Cup final day. That's that for now. I know it's late, I'm still going to do the rating show from the Roma game. I had the weekend off completely from social media, so I thought I'd get this show up this morning. I was waiting for the fixture to come through. I really thought it'd be announced today, and having looked at it, I'm now pretty convinced that we won't find out until this weekend on Sunday night when that game's going to be played. Let's see if I'm right. You never know, it might get announced later on today and I might have egg on my face. But I can see it being Sunday night before we know. So I'll be back later on tonight with the rating show from the Roma game. And I hope you've enjoyed that show. If you've enjoyed it, please tell all your friends. If you didn't enjoy it, don't tell anybody. Keep stum.